Between the 9th and 11th centuries CE, the Ghana Empire was one of the most iconic and influential empires in Africa. The empire was unique for its diversity in people, languages, and beliefs. The kingdom was so rich that its dogs wore golden collars and its horses slept on plush carpets. At some point, foreigners rated Ghana kings as the richest men in the world. They were definitely living a life of affluence. But wait, the Empire of Ghana I'm referring to in this video has no geographical connection to the modern-day West African country of Ghana, formerly called the Gold Coast. In fact, the name of modern-day Ghana was chosen in 1957 by Kwame Nkrumah in honor of this medieval empire, so there is no direct relationship between the two. The Ghana Empire was located within the present-day borders of Mauritania, Mali, and Senegal. It literally sat on a gold mine. The empire was so blessed with abundant resources that the rulers were able to engage in years of prosperous trading. At some point, it became the epicenter of trade activities during that era. But something terrible happened that led to the fall of this great empire. Sadly, the Ghana Empire that was once revered for its abundant wealth and trade activities became a forgotten kingdom. If you're interested in stories like this, kindly like this video and subscribe to help me grow this channel. I appreciate your support. It all began with the Soninke people, who were the dwellers of the ancient Ghana Empire, and the name of the empire's capital city was Kaumbe Sale. The Soninke people were farmers but had superior weaponry, which made it possible for them to establish a real kingdom. Over the years, the Soninke people expanded their territories and dominated neighboring rulers until the 10th century. By this time, the kingdom became an empire and attracted visitors from all over the world because of its abundant resources. The earliest geographers who wrote about this empire describe it as an exceptional land of mystery and fabled wealth. The empire was strategically located to dominate the caravan trade across the Western Sahara upon the Middle East and the Mediterranean Sea. Most of what you know about ancient Ghana, which is more accurately called the Wagadu, is based on writings of Arab travelers who came in contact with the Soninke people. Ghana was actually the title given to Wagadu kings and was used by the Islamic reporters to describe the rich and mysterious place they observed. Because of the strategic location of the empire, most Soninke people became middlemen, controlling commerce from the savannah in the north and forest zones in the south. The empire was divided into smaller states. Each state had its own king who was a subordinate to the king of Ghana. The king of Ghana was like the king of all the kings. He was more like the emperor of the empire. His words were law. He served as the commander-in-chief of a highly organized army, the controller of all trade activities, and the head administrator of justice. Mayors, civil servants, councillors, and ministers were appointed by the king to assist with administrative duties. But at all times, the king was in charge. Each day, the king assembled his court and allowed people to publicly voice their complaints. Beating drums that resounded throughout the area signaled the court assemblage, and people gathered to speak their minds. Whether they were neighborly conflicts or cases of violated rights, the king listened to the complaint and gave his judgment. Such hearings were reportedly peaceful, unless they involved issues of criminal nature. Two of the most serious criminal offenses were the denial of debt and the shedding of blood. These crimes were tried by ordeal. The ancient Ghanaian society was highly stratified with a rigid social hierarchy that was based on birth and wealth. The king of Ghana topped the strata, followed by wealthy merchants and members of the king court. In territories where order and obedience prevailed and taxes were properly paid, autonomy was granted. But in areas which struggled for independence or defied the king's laws, governors were appointed as watchdogs and little went unreported to the king. When the king was not busy enforcing his power among the people, he was spreading it internationally through trade. Ghana achieved much of its wealth through trade with the Arabs. Islamic merchants would travel over 2 months through the desert to reach Ghana and do business. They were taxed for both what they brought in and what they took out. With this system, the empire got rich quickly. The wealth that the kingdom acquired did not, however, serve in its favor forever. Competition from other states in the gold trade eventually took its tolls. Jealousy, fear, and anger of Ghana's power prompted its neighbor to stand up against the kingdom. Their initial efforts were at first weak and insignificant, but eventually in the mid-11th century, a Muslim group known as the Almoravids launched a devastating invasion of the capital city Kombesale. Though territories were seized and a tribute tax was enforced, Ghana recovered and forced the invaders to withdraw. Unfortunately, about 200 years later, Ghana was not so lucky. Weakened by subsequent attacks and cut off from international trade, the kingdom was vulnerable and unable to prevent defeat. So, in 1240 CE, Ghana, a once mighty, wealthy and powerful empire, became weak and was absorbed into the growing nation of Mali, which would soon become the next great empire. What do you think about the Ghana Empire? Kindly share your thoughts in the comment below. Thank you.